I'm back. I was watching some some basketball, but I've returned. I've returned. I hate the effects. Oh, it's what's his name, Mr. Pruss. That's Dan the Man. What's up? Hi, Raina. Get those lights up.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, for some reason my box isn't lighting up.
Oh, I get that a lot. It's probably my phone. I have like 2 gigabytes left. Probably even less
Get
than
my
that.
phone.
They're expensive. You want to pass the dough over here?
Hey, I literally just paid off. So I helped someone get a phone, and for a while I was making the payments because obviously they couldn't. And then they were like, yeah, I'm just gonna go. So I asked them, like, are you gonna start paying me for the phone now? And they're like, no. And so I was like, look, you've got to do this on your own. You need to put it in your own name and whatnot, because I'm not going to be paying for the service anymore. And you know what? This person did not do that, and I had to pay off the rest of the phone. So, I guess I could, or my husband could. One of the two.
Yeah, cool.
You just got to bite the dust and do it.
Yeah. Truly riveting. I didn't hear anything going to my bank account. But yes, Zero Cal has returned. I haven't seen him in a long time. What do you think about the prompt?
What do you mean by exist? Like, is it something we get?
Oh my goodness.
If exist just means, why are you laughing? What's so funny?
Because I meant how so many people are confused about it. It's a very straightforward question.
Because obviously it exists. Like, obviously.
Well, I'll explain because it's a clarifying question. I mean, do they exist outside the legal systems? Like, if there were no laws, no governments, would these things exist? If you think so, what makes you think that?
So things needs to be, I don't know, be acknowledged by the legal system for it to be for you to consider it exist.
No, I'm saying, do moral rights exist?
Are rights justified by the legal system? That's the proper question you're trying to ask.
No, I'm saying, do these rights exist without the law? That's what I'm saying.
I mean, we can all conceptualize what rights are, so obviously it exists.
Yeah, but do we have them?
Okay, so that's a different question. I don't think we all, I don't think intrinsic rights exist.
Okay, there you go. Answer my question. There you go. Harold, what's your age and what do you think on the prompt?
Yeah, I'm 21. Yeah, I would say yes, but no if you're an atheist.
Makes you say that?
Yeah, so that doesn't follow. That makes no sense.
Well, if you're like a naturalist or whatever your beliefs are, I don't think you can get to any justification for ethics without some form of theism.
God to assign rights to people for you to think it exists?
Well, we ground our ethics in the mind of God, so yeah, pretty much.
How can you how do you know the mind of God?
What was your question?
Know the mind of God. Like, does God tells you his mind? How do you know what God's thinking?
Well, divine revelation.
Will him get the Bible?
well, through the Bibles and through the Bible and church fathers, but that would be a different conversation.
A different conversation. You said you ground morals through God's mind, and the only way you know God's mind is that's if you read the Bible.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so we believe that if you do it. So wait, do you guys don't believe they exist, right? Right?
I don't know. I don't know if they do.
Always so confusing. But it's okay. People say I'm confused too.
Yeah, they said it yesterday too. Unfortunately, you got done dirty.
Yeah, but I mean, there's people that understand me. So I mean, am I the confused one, or the people who are incapable of understanding where I'm coming from confused?
I think you just talk too much and you say nonsense.
Okay, well, you're asking irrelevant questions. Go do research.
Question that I asked that's irrelevant.
Wait, so you guys don't have a position on it?
I'm saying it's really hard to argue that they exist.
I'm
it's really hard.
saying that I do not believe that they exist, but I've done very minimal research on it to provide a good, solid argument to you, is what I'm saying.
What
So like,
research are
okay,
you like?
so like, if you were to like, so what like form of government are you guys in favor of?
I'm say, I would say a Catholic government. That'd be fine. That's one of the types I'd be fine with.
A what government?
A Catholic government.
Wait. Are you asking, like, if in the perfect world, what would we follow? Or are you saying, what do we
Wait, so you're a
follow
Christian?
right now?
Well, I'm not a Christian yet.
I am.
I'm inquiring into Catholicism, but
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So you would be looking into like, okay, so you'd be looking into like naturalist theology. Do you know about that?
pretty much, yeah. I think the church should rule the country.
No. Do you know what naturalism is?
I haven't looked into the literature, but I think I have an idea. So yeah.
Okay. So well, pretty much naturalism is just like you derive reasoning from things that are self-evident to you as a person in the natural world.
Yeah.
So ethics, for example, in Catholicism, they believe in naturalism, so they believe that some of those things are self-evident, like you shouldn't hurt another person. They believe that's self-evident.
Oh.
I don't agree with that.
It's like
I'm
an
Orthodox.
axiom? So it's like an axiom.
Yeah, they believe there's self-evident axioms, which is circular. It's why I don't believe in that, but I'm Eastern Orthodox.
Oh, nice. I would say
Yeah.
it's Catholic adjacent, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, those people. What are they? What? How do you say to those people? What if that's like a naturalistic fallacy? The what do you say about that?
Wait, what do I say about what?
So those people who say, "Oh, how is that like like?" What if they say that's like a naturalistic fallacy to subscribe to that framework of naturalism?
Like what fallacy am I like
the
referring to specifically?
the naturalistic fallacy.
Yeah, like what about it? Like
Yeah,
I'm
what if they
confused by
say
it.
like that framework is just like
Like what do Orthodox say about it?
no, just like how would you respond to that? Like people who say like naturalism.
Yeah.
Right? How like what if people say like, oh, that's just a naturalistic fallacy to say these things are the case? How would you respond to that?
Well, it really depends on the context, but the fallacy would just be like a circular fallacy to say that something's self-evident because it's a circle. It's coming back to yourself for justification. So I think it's an epistemological error naturalists make most of the time, especially the naturalists that are atheists, which that's a crazy blunder.
Yeah, I would agree there.
Because there's naturalist atheists, surprisingly.
Yeah. All right. R2. What's your age? What do you think about the prompt?
Did you say what's my age?
Yeah, for TikTok purposes.
I'm 23.
What do you think about the prompt?
When you say do rights exist, do you mean like lawfully? Do you mean like given by an authority figure? What do you mean?
Morally, like if there were no laws, would they exist? You think?
What
Yeah.
rights? Do you not think societies and laws are just based off us doing stuff, repeating it, and fixing ourselves over time, and innovating, and then creating laws as a byproduct of that?
Yeah, but I think the rights that we have in our country, well, yeah, really any country, I think it's just a group of people decided, oh, let's have this to build society around. But I'm questionable if they exist outside. Like if we live in a tribal society, I think a lot of these things that we claim are rights wouldn't really exist.
What's your objective standard for the right? Or do you believe there's one right, or there's cultures that could be right in their own subjective standard?
I mean, there's obviously cultures that are like wrong, right? But what I'm saying is like entitlements, for example, like the right to free speech is clearly just
Yeah.
it's just something that's just
So you were saying you did favor a theocracy, right? A Catholic
Yeah.
government.
yeah.
Okay, perfect. So in that case, do rights exist outside of the government? That would mean yes, if you believe in a theocracy, because you have a way to actually ground the rights. If I were to tell you, if somebody from another country came to our country and said, well, we have this way of doing things, and we believe that you should do these things too. Well, all you'd have to ask them is, well, why would we do that? Why ought we to do that? And basically, their only reasoning possibly could be is because we think this is better. That's how we think this. Just like in the example you just brought up, what if another civilization or peoples thought differently? Well, exactly. So how do you know who can do, or how do you know who is able to do which, and like, how do you know who is right and who is wrong, basically? Well, a theocracy solves that because our rights are grounded in God, epistemologically.
So your objectives, like foundation for morality, is Catholicism.
Well, me.
Well, the host, I think, is leaning towards Catholicism, but yeah, basically a theocracy.
What do you mean by theocracy? Like run by religion, like no freedom of religion?
No, you could have your own religion. You can still be. You don't have to be a Catholic, but you would still have to subscribe to the laws.
Basically
like
what it means
Sharia.
is that everything in the government is influenced by the religion.
Yeah.
Or in Muslim countries where it's in.
Well, like I said, you're not gonna go to jail if you're not Catholic.
What you're saying?
Well, you're not gonna go to jail if you're not Catholic, and we're not gonna force people to be Catholic. But the laws are the laws, and they're Catholic laws.
Do you think theocracies have had a good track record of not kicking out various other religions?
That doesn't matter, though. Like, it literally doesn't matter.
What do you mean?
Like, how do you know, like, what place or what state, like, how do you know what government to choose for them? Like, if a people from this country, hypothetically, wanted to have a theocracy, how do you know that it's bad for them?
What country are you referring to?
Like hypothetically, if a country wanted to become a theocracy, how would you know that's bad for them?
Well, that's why I was asking about the country, because, like, for example, America, they have the freedom of religion, so that would be bad for their way of society. But for other societies, other things might not be as bad. So I'm asking, like, what society?
Like, how do you know that, though?
Well, because people have different opinions.
Yeah, but how do you know who is right and who is wrong?
Well, because you would have to have an objective standard. I mean, I'm Christian as well, by the way.
Okay.
I believe that's the same objective standard.
Yeah, but a Christian who is a liberal still makes the same mistake.
Why do you think I'm liberal?
You're not saying you are.
Well, do you believe in a theocracy?
You think Christians should believe it? Was Jesus living in a theocracy or under a theocracy?
No, he didn't. He didn't choose to live under a Roman emperor. Like, what do you mean?
Well, did he advocate for it?
Yes, the Israelites asked for a king, and so God gave them a king.
But but heaven is a theocracy. But what scripture are you saying that on earth you should do the theocracy?
Well,
That's
obviously,
wait. Ask your question again.
Well, I'm saying, didn't Christ say like to obey your masters and obey the law of the land?
Yeah,
So how would that go
I'm
against it?
confused. That would go against it?
Wait, so do you mind repeating your original point?
Yeah. So like in the Bible, like it says many
Yeah.
times, like God gives kings. Like he's the one that literally gives kings. He controls kings. And when the Israelites eventually asked for a king, they gave him a king.
Mm.
Under a monarchy, a theocracy. So that's why to believe in any different form of government would be liberal in a sense, even if you're conservative. Like for example, the Protestants that came to America. Well, it sounds like you're not American. You have an accent, but
Yeah.
maybe for other people. But the Protestants that came to America, like technically, yes, they're conservative and they're not liberal in the liberal sense that we see nowadays with the progressivism. But yes, they are liberal because they're believing in progressing past the form of monarchy into a constitutional republic. So that's why I said you were liberal.
So do you believe Catholicism is the true form of Christianity?
Well, not me,
Mhm.
just because I'm convinced of orthodoxy. I think the host is Catholic, which is literally no problem at all.
Is that Eastern Orthodoxy or?
yeah.
It's a little bit different.
Okay.
Are you Oriental?
Yeah.
Wait, are you Oriental Orthodox?
No. Not
Well,
Oriental.
I think that if the country was like a Catholic theocracy, I think other Christians wouldn't really mind. Well, maybe except Protestants. A lot of them would mind, but
Mhm.
Orthodox wouldn't really mind.
Why do you think Protestant would mind?
Yeah.
Why do you think they would mind?
Well, I mean, look at the history.
I mean, I think the morals would be, generally the same, but they would have problems with the church, like having that much influence. A lot of them, not all of them, a lot of them think we're heretics, and they don't want to be associated with Catholics. On TikTok, they're a little bit nicer, though.
But yeah, host, do you know about the Aught gap fallacy?
Would you mind explaining that? I think I might have heard it before.
Yeah, so it comes from Hume, a philosopher. It pretty much does a good job at like kind of like, so like if somebody were to come up here and say that they did exist, or to say that they existed and they gave you, their moral objectives, whatever thing, all you would have to ask them is what Hume put it is like, okay, why ought we to do that?
Oh, wait,
And
are you talking about the is-ought fallacy?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, obviously, yeah, I know they are.
Okay, yeah. That pretty much like, I mean, kind of convinced me the most, like, from a lot of the liberal ideology.
Yeah.
From libertarians and Protestants and stuff like that.
Right. I just, I was an atheist, then agnostic, then I was like, okay, maybe Catholicism, maybe they were right all along. You're right. Because when you see the world, or at least our country, the way it is, I think liberalism it's clearly not it. It's clearly not working. Very anti-human as well. It's a plague to society, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's sad because like I like America,
Yeah.
I love America, and I love that we're a superpower and this and that. But at the same time, like, how do we know that's the best thing for us?
Yeah.
That's where the Aught fallacy comes into play. Like, yeah, like I think it's great that we're a superpower and that we're doing this in the Hormuz and like becoming competitive and, you know, destroying China, whatever. But how do we know like that's the best thing for us? You know, how do we know that? We're not a theocracy, you know? So what are we trying to do? Just become the superpower of the world? How do we know that's the best for us?
I don't think we don't. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I see a lot
Because
of,
even for us as Christians, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Like, is it truly better for us to live in a society like that or a smaller, stronger society that's a monarchy, you know,
right.
who isn't ruled by these huge companies that want to just sell poison, you know?
Well, mind you, a lot of these people in power don't really care if our country really does well as long as they make money, or if they do, if the country does well, it's for themselves. It's not like they care about the average American. You know?
Yeah.
We're just pawns to them to accomplish what they
Mhm.
want.
And that's not good. Like, if you look into like some really early politics, philosophical politics, like you read Aristotle, like even they knew like they like laid like groundwork for that kind of stuff, and even they knew, you know, like that kind of stuff is bad.
Right.
It's so like obvious in America, you know, like these huge companies are selling poison, like and doing all kinds of crazy stuff, like,
Right.
you know, I don't know.
Anybody else want to come up and give their opinion about rights? Profile pic is crazy. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, finesse. I had to pick something.
Wait, what the heck is that profile picture?
I asked AI to do something, and that's what I got.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mine's AI too, a little bit.
Yeah. Now that's a prompt I should have sometime. People's views on AI. That's pretty interesting. I used to be a big enemy of AI. Wasn't too fond of it. My opinion has changed dramatically.
Yeah. I don't know. I like it. I think that people are like getting a little bit too dependent on it, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So many people get their information from AI. And I don't think people understand like it's literally making up what it's telling you. Like
Yeah.
you have to go read for yourself these things. You have to go study for yourself. Like what AI is telling you, sure, it might be right, but it's also literally making up everything it's telling you. Like
Right.
not making it up, it could be true, but it's from AI, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the AI it is now, it's not that good. I try to use it to make some codes, some programs. Sometimes it was okay, a lot of times it was really bad. But yes, the way it is now, it's not really,
Yeah. Well, I know for companies and stuff it's good.
yeah. Well, they
Stuff
got
like that.
whatever they're doing, they're paying a lot of money to get those good AI platforms. The ones we got like ChatGPT and Grok, since like, I mean, there's a paid version of those, but like, they're not really good.
Yeah, nah. I used to use ChatGPT, bro. I used to use it a lot, I'm not gonna lie. I don't use it a lot anymore, but
I hear every generation of a video like what uses like 15,000 gallons of water or something. I don't even know if that's true.
yeah, I don't
I just
know.
keep hearing that.
I just use it for like small little questions. Like, is this supplement stat gonna be good or something like that, you know?
I use it for videos, or I did. I used to use Sora, but they shut that down.
Did they? I used to
Yeah,
do
well,
that for a
they're
long
going
time.
to. I think there's like a few more days, and then they're gonna shut it down.
Oh, damn. It's kind of like trash now, isn't it, compared to other ones?
It was the thing is, it was good when it first came out. I didn't have it because they didn't have copyright issues. Like they would have like Michael Jackson on there and all those other people. But
Yeah.
then but then the copyright got really bad, and then you basically can't use really anybody in real life. And the reason why they're taking it down is because it's free. That's the problem, and they're not making money off of it. So
Yeah. I tried to use it, but it like you gotta make like a super good. You gotta like do a crazy prompt.
yes, I watched some YouTube tutorials on how to do it, like some crazy. I just like copy and paste, but like it's like really bad if you just do like a generic prompt.
Yeah, it actually is like kind of crap. But yeah, no, I like this topic though.
The reason why I put this prompt because I was in a live. I go to his live like every other time. So like the prompt was like, should women be allowed to vote? And that's a very contentious one.
Mhm.
And so I just like, well, I guess I could use a play on this one. It's like I could do should do rights exist? And I've been using this the last few days lately.
I think it's a good question. Like, do rights exist outside of like a government? Because that leads people like obviously if you're not a Christian, no, they shouldn't exist. But if you're an atheist and you try to say, yeah, sure, they objectively exist, I mean, I don't know what kind of justification they're going to come to. And it's funny because they're probably going to go to like they're probably going to say socially, like, oh, people can all agree on something without a government. No, they can't.
I heard some people say they're either intrinsic or they try to use natural law theory to argue like it's like mathematics, like you just discovered them.
Yeah, they're self-evident.
Yeah.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, like if you look at like most animals, it's predator and prey.
Right.
So that seems pretty self-evident to me.
Right. Well, the thing about atheism, this really made me question because I was an atheist. It made me question, like, why wouldn't we abuse people for our own benefit? Like a lion is like eating a gazelle, and a lion doesn't feel bad about that. So, like, if we really did evolve from
Yeah.
monkeys or whatever theory, right? Like, why would it be bad to harm anybody, or anything?
Yeah.
So that's what really made me question atheism.
Yeah. Yeah, ethics. Yeah, me too.
I mean, you could argue maybe utilitarian perspectives, ethics, but I don't subscribe to that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think for me it just comes down to grounding.
Yep, absolutely. Raina, what you think about the prompt? If you're even there, you got some heat yesterday.
I was trying to touch the unmute button. I'm cooking, and I was literally just about to say something. I'm just like fine at home cooking. When I took my time off, man, I really enjoyed it. Sometimes I question why I'm back online.
Yeah, I was away for quite some time because I used to go live every single day, but then I like I don't know, a lot of these people, a lot of gotcha people, it takes away because I'm doing this for. I mean, I don't do this to dunk on people, make them look stupid. So I stepped away from hosting lives.
Dude, I used to be a freaking TikTok live master, bro, in like 2022, 2023.
Those are the good old days, I hear.
Mm-hmm.
Back with COVID.
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, I like that this is the intellectual side of TikTok compared to the other slop you see, but even then, there's a lot of slop on the debate talk.
So, about yesterday, I mean, I don't know. I feel like maybe I was wrong. Maybe I am wrong. I don't know, but I don't know. A lot of people have had the same experience, and I was just pointing that out to her the other night. And then it just came out literally, what was it, last night?
Yeah. Well, Stitch was trying to explain it to you that like, well, because you're not Catholic, it wouldn't be an immediate annulment because an annulment is a very long process. I get what you mean. That's
Well,
the
even in that sense, I'm not saying that it would be that the marriage would be over. I'm just saying that when we are living in sin or when we are doing something, we cannot call ourselves godly people, right? Because we're not following the word of God. We're not doing the things that we're supposed to do as children of God, correct?
yeah.
What
So
was the topic?
I'm applying this the same way as I would a marriage. If a marriage is consisting of these things, then it is no longer a godly marriage. And and to me, this person had to have been falling short in other areas in prayer, reading the word. He had to have been doing something. He had to have not been doing something in order for it to lead to him doing or committing such a heinous crime. Because in my worldview, a godly marriage, checks all of these boxes, right? And so the second that we don't check off those boxes or that we aren't doing these things, it no longer becomes a godly marriage, because you can't say something's godly and it not be wholly pure and perfect, right?
Well,
So that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that they were divorced. I'm just saying that the label of the marriage, if you will, has changed. Because realistically, when you think about it, in a godly, perfect marriage, this would not happen.
Well, to answer your question, the topic was it was like, does marital grape exist in a? Well, she can explain it, because that wasn't the topic, but it was from a different live. I thought I thought her view was that if this were to occur, the marriage would automatically be invalid, and it wouldn't be in a marriage at that point. That's what I thought. A lot of people were strawmanning her position, to be fair.
Yeah, and it's because of Meatball, and that's what I was trying to get at, is like, she's up here and like she wasn't even understanding what I was saying because she was so ramped up. And nobody wanted to talk to her because of that.
Now, even though Meatball's position is like morally bankrupt, she is one of the good. She's very good faith, which is why she's like respected in the community. Even though, again, her position is like morally bankrupt. She's actually one of the few good faith people on the panel, on the TikTok. So that's why a lot of people was like, man, if you did something to annoy Meatball, because she doesn't get angry easily.
Well, it was the whole. She was the one that brought up marital grape in the other live as well. I didn't bring it up.
What do you mean marital grape? Like one of them?
Do you know what grape means?
Yeah. But like, what do you mean? Like
she
like
asked
someone in the
if
marriage like grape somebody?
Yeah. Their spouse. If a spouse can grape their spouse.
Oh, okay.
But that wasn't even the prompt. So she obviously, I'm gonna be so honest with you, she was not being good faith because she kept moving the goalpost because she was not getting the answers that she obviously wanted, or the questions that she was asking was not leading to where she had hoped. And so she kept asking, and then she just completely dropped the conversation of women want to be owned, which was the prompt. Either women wanted to be owned or women want to belong to someone was the prompt, actually. And so she just dropped that conversation. She goes, you know what, Raina, I have a question for you. And I was like, what? And she goes, do you believe that marital grape exists? And so she was kind of all over the place, really, the other night. And so I don't know, like, you guys are telling me one thing, and
no offense, but like, I don't even know if you could consider it a marriage if you're gonna call something grape in it.
I thought that's the point I thought she was making. Raina was making.
No, but my point is that yes, sure, this thing could happen in a secular marriage, but not in a godly marriage. And once these things, if they are not doing their marital duties, and they're disobeying the covenant that God has set before us as spouses,
because we believe it's spiritual, you know.
They are then living a secular marriage.
Yeah,
Therefore, the Christian
spiritually,
life,
you would not be one
you wouldn't be
flesh with that
inclined.
person
You
if
wouldn't be
you're
inclined to commit such a heinous crime
right.
if you are giving your life to Christ daily.
Right. Yeah.
You don't just do everything that you're supposed to, and have a good relationship with Christ and try to submit your will unto him so that we can live his will, and then just one day wake up and be like, oh yeah, I guess I'm just like gonna force myself upon my wife. That doesn't happen.
Yeah. And obviously I don't know for sure, but like if that kind of situation was going on, like I mean, the church or the priest, whoever is, guiding you in the marriage. I'm not exactly sure how it works in a Catholic church, but usually in Orthodoxy you have a spiritual father who guides you, which usually is the priest.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, yeah, if that kind of stuff was going on, like obviously you're gonna say like, probably divorce,
So, speaking of divorce, like, what is the Orthodox view on it? Like,
Yeah, you pretty much can, like if there's a situation that's like bad, of course, under the guidance of the church.
okay,
See, and even last night when I was asking Duncan, can you provide me with something like so that I can learn if I'm wrong? Can you provide me with something that says that this is exactly how they need to marry and this is exactly how a divorce would happen? And he's like, you're asking for something that doesn't exist, and that's my point, because in my worldview, this is how it is. This is how I read scripture, this is how I view it. Because technically, when we see an example of marriage in the Bible, yes, it tells us that we have to, that the law needs to recognize this marriage, but it's first with God. They went in a tent and they got married.
yeah. If only you had a church that had existed for 2,000 years to help you interpret the Bible. But yeah, right, that's a different story.
But anyways, I don't know. It's just he kept asking the same question, but even when I told him my exactly how I view a godly marriage to be, then he's like, yeah, but we're fallible. Well, if this is something that's happening, it's obviously not a godly marriage. Therefore, it's not happening in a godly
They were
marriage.
Catholics arguing with y'all?
No, they're Protestant.
Oh, I mean, I don't even know why they would even have an opinion. Or how would they even ground their opinion?
That's how they.
Or how would they even ground their opinion?
Oh, that's a
Oh,
pretty
he's
bad
got an echo.
Hello, Mr. Cream Soda, or actually, don't know. I do remember you.
I don't.
Hello.
Hi.
Give me just a second. I'm trying to get my earbuds to connect, and they don't want to connect for some reason.
Sorry, I had to. I had to be a little childish,
Yeah, I'm sure. Oh, it was a Protestant on Protestant. Well, that's your own can of worms you got to deal with.
I mean, I guess it'll turn into a never-ending debate.
Yeah, that's why there's so many different denominations of Protestantism, and they're all confused, I think.
I don't claim anything.
Some more than others, though. I think Anglicans are Catholic adjacent.
Oh, hi, Nick. How's it going, buddy?
Hello, how you doing?
I'm well, thanks for asking.
What do you think about the prompts?
I believe the answer is no. They do not.
W.
Yeah. Could you elaborate a little bit more on that?
This is actually an interesting topic because it seems to be, I guess, the prime impasse when it comes to debating people in duopoly politics is they're really obsessed with violating people's rights, but they can't articulate what a right is or how they know.
Right.
I don't believe in moral entitlements. I don't think that anybody's morally entitled to anything. But I do believe, however, in moral duty, in obligation. I believe that people are obligated to behave certain ways in accordance with, some normative standard. I do not believe that people are just intrinsically entitled to things.
Based. That's based. Absolutely. I know I said I was agnostic, but I would kind of be leaning towards that. I used to be very affirmative that rights do exist, but now I'm not so much. Just Spartan, come up, fellow Catholic.
Correct. You are not entitled to continue existing, but other people have the moral duty not to kill you.
Yeah. I really do.
Not because they owe you life. That's not even coherent. They don't owe you anything. But because it's their duty to behave according to a particular standard. I'm a theist, so I believe that it would be, the edict of God, but people could draw their own conclusions, I suppose. But ultimately, no matter what moral theory you come up with, rights don't exist in the form of entitlements. That's not something that's coherently justifiable.
Right.
Well, I guess in the respects of like moral duty, I would just ask you, like, why ought they not unalive you?
Yeah, because God says not to. That's why. Not because you're owed anything, but God just says don't do that. Yeah.
All right, good.
Well, like I said, I don't subscribe to this, but if you're utilitarian, I said this to yesterday to somebody on the panel. If you're a utilitarian, that could be another explanation. Or, I don't know, virtue ethics, maybe.
Yeah, you could go that route.
Yeah.
I would just say, like, human beings only have value insofar as they are valued. Now, I happen to be a Christian, so I believe that all human beings have inherent value because they're all inherently valued by God.
Yeah.
And God is an entity which, by definition, has the capacity to love all things simultaneously equally.
Right.
So, yeah, I would derive my treatment of other human beings based on them being children of God, or in effect, my brothers and sisters to an extent.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Nick, what is your? Wait, I know you. Wait, what do you think about the prompt?
I agree with Cream Soda. I think when you ask people to define what a right is, most of them, if they're like rational and can give you an intelligent answer, they say it's something like an entitlement absent duty.
Yeah,
And
I would agree.
I
Yeah,
don't think those exist.
yeah. When I heard that definition,
My favorite one.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
My favorite one to argue with like the boomers about is like the Second Amendment, because they'll be like, "Well, yeah, the Second Amendment is it's just a fundamental human right," and I'm like, "Yeah, but like the duty entailed in the Second Amendment is literally in the Second Amendment. Like you have that right, and the state secures that right because you doing that is necessary to the security of the state."
All right. Absolutely. That's far. Well, maybe tomorrow.
Absolutely.
All right. What's your age? What's your stance? Person you
28. I'm from Ireland, Northern Ireland.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, nice. And I think rights don't fucking exist because we're all fuckers.
That's one way of putting it. What makes you say that? Can you elaborate?
Because we think, like, let's be serious, yeah? Every time people vote, you're not voting you've not got a free choice. It's all controlled by the elites. You know that, innit?
Well, I don't disagree. Yeah.
So what are rights? Would you say what are rights?
Well, I mean, if that's the case, I would say that you don't have much rights if you're living in a.
Who decides what are rights? That's my question. Who decides what your rights are?
Oh, the people in power.
Yeah, you would need a government.
Yeah, so they do exist, and technically they do exist.
Do they exist outside the legal system then?
Well, who controls the legal system? That's the question, isn't it?
Well, it depends on the form of government. I mean,
is it the juice box? I don't know. Is it the juice? The juice box?
I don't know. Whoever's in
power. Look at your president. He's like, if Jews ask him to jump, he jumps. You know what I mean? So-called America first,
brother.
Mr. I'm America first, peace president. Yeah. Soon as Israel ask Can you help us with Iran?
I mean,
Straight
I
away,
think you
he-
should be more worried about Ireland. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not even I'm not from Ireland, bro.
Fair point.
I thought you said that.
You said it's from Northern Ireland.
Yeah, I'm not from Ireland, mate. That's a lie. But you know your president is so-called America first. Why is he getting involved with Israel then?
I mean, if that's your stance, like you want to have put your country first, shouldn't you be worried about Ireland?
Risk. He is putting your troops at risk in Iran. That is a
Yeah,
long
I
scale
don't
war.
disagree.
That's not an in and out war. That is a long scale war, like Iraq or Vietnam.
I mean, it's a little bit different, but
It's not different, bro. Promise you, it's not different.
It'll be worse. Iran's actually a functioning country.
It is worse, yeah, it's worse. You see this a lot with America. They try and point fingers at different countries, but they need to look at themselves.
well, we don't have like boots on ground like we did in Iraq and
Your own government, lad.
Fallujah
Trump
and
is
all
in the
those
Epstein
countries.
files more than Harry Potter's in the Harry Potter books. This is fuck.
No, yeah, I don't disagree. I mean, that's not good.
I can't, how the fuck have you not got the guy out? How is he still in office, man? Get the guy out, man. He's a paedophile.
Well, they all are. Everybody in.
You already explained it. Who paid to have him elected? Who's he behaving in the interest of?
Yeah. Yeah, true. He's the Mossad agent, isn't it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're Arab, right? Though you're not Irish.
Mr. Mossad. You do what I say, or the pictures get released. Huh?
Are you Muslim?
Fucked, man.
Well, they all.
No,
are.
I'm not Muslim. No. I actually like America. I like America. I'm not against you guys. I'm just saying your president's a paedophile.
Well, I'm just curious. Like, what did he do that made him a pedophile?
Wait, I have a question. I don't mean
Look at
to.
the files, man. Look at the redacted files. What do you mean, bro? Look at the files, bro.
Yeah, the problem, the thing that's like sensational and shocking about the Epstein files
I don't even know.
isn't that a bunch of politicians went and like had fun on an island with some people that were probably under 18.
I mean, yeah. I mean, hey, you said you're from Northern Ireland. I mean, isn't the royal family PDFs too? I mean, wasn't
I'm from Northern Ireland. It's not UK. It's not UK. We're
Nah,
not.
he's from
we're not
he's
with
from
them.
England, for sure.
Bro, where am I fuck? I'm from Australia, people.
Wait, I thought you just said you were from Northern Ireland. From Australia now?
Australia, that's even worse than Ireland.
Nah, he's definitely from England. I can tell by his voice. His
Oh,
accent.
I mean, if he is like, hey, didn't Andrew like diddle like a 17-year-old Prince Andrew?
yeah, well, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. Well, the thing is that all this nonsense and the pedophilia is across all elites. That's the thing.
Yeah. So it's not exclusive to the.
It's not just one country. It's fucking spreaded like a virus. It's like a virus in every country.
Yeah.
Every
Make
elite is
guillotines
a
great
pedophile.
again.
A fucking dirty pedophiles in elites. That's what they are. I'm sorry to say it, but they are.
To make England Catholic again.
All these fucking dirty pedophiles are elites.
Raina, run the live. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some water.
And I'm sorry to say it like that, but they are. That's where it's all coming from.
I don't know about the baby eating thing. Okay, I feel like we got to take a lot of these files with a grain of salt, guys.
And they put all of us against each other. They say vote for this party,
Yeah.
vote for this party. But
I
they
think
are
there's a lot of BS on both
power.
sides.
They are controlling everything. They're putting you against your neighbour. You know, they put you against your neighbour, you against your friend. Oh, I think this, I think that. No, it's not right.
It is what they do.
People should vote for the same thing.
I'm not even convinced people should vote. It's a big ask, sir.
Illegal immigrant thing, like, it's a joke, man.
I don't think he was Irish.
No, safe to say, probably not. Ed Mott, are you, bro? All the imported baby parts are going to like stem cell research and shit. What are you talking about? That's what they like you to believe? No, Ed, I think they would like you to believe because people like me have been trying to tell you people for decades that the government's run by satanic pedophiles. And they're like, hey, let's just like oversell it and throw a bunch of crazy shit in here that probably isn't happening because people are starting to catch on that Jewish supremacists are in charge of the government.
Blame the Protestants.
You fine, you can blame the Protestants.
Sorry if you're a Protestant.
I am. I can't defend us on this one.
All right, I'm back. I think someone joined the panel. Oh, someone was about to join.
And that's what I was telling the host. Like, I like America, you know. I'm a patriot, you know.
Yeah,
But I mean, obviously, I wish it was different.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
Pet peeve I have before we move on to the next person. I get kind of really. I'm not a Republican. I think the Republicans are kind of just as bad as the Democrats, in my opinion. I just think the Democrats are more extreme. I kind of get really annoyed when people say Trump is a PDF, especially if from the UK, as I gave an example. Look, I know that the royal family doesn't really have any power in the UK at all, but the fact that you're saying our president's PDF, while you have a prince who was literally with a 17-year-old, and really what his punishment was, his titles were stripped away, which is still kind of really bad. But I think they're all in it in that country. I think they're really all in that kind of stuff. But that's a story for another day.
What do you mean by that?
Well, what I mean is, I think they might be all involved. Like, I think all these elites are all involved. Those kinds of things. We don't know what they do behind closed doors. I think Andrew is probably the one that got caught, but I wouldn't be surprised if other members of the family were doing stuff like that. Yeah. I'm not saying they are because I don't have evidence. I'm saying I'm not surprised if they would do something like that.
That's reasonable. Because, like, sure, you could make the claim that, like, Trump's a PDF.
Yeah.
But, like, outside of, like, the heavily doctored and heavily redacted documents that the federal government has, like, deemed fit for us to see, there's really not a whole lot of evidence for that.
Right.
Yeah, and I don't like. I do get annoyed, like you said, host, when people say it, like especially if they're not from this country. But at the same time, I don't want to defend it. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. Yeah.
Like, I do get annoyed, and I want to be like, yo, I mean, hey, you know, as much as got released, I think it's surprising how much Trump didn't do, honestly. But at the same time,
Right?
I don't really want to be defending them, you know,
Exactly.
because it's
I
a.
don't like
you know.
it either. I don't want to defend them either. I don't like defending people who I don't agree with. But when people say stupid things and untrue things about people, you have to, because
True.
truth
Yeah,
is
that's true.
the goal that you're trying to seek here.
Absolutely.
Well, and the messed up part is, like, all the crazy lefties have, like, decided all of a sudden that it's a, like, but just like an axiom of politics that if you defend someone or like you correct the record about something that somebody said, then it's because you agree with that person and you love them.
No, we
If you
Yeah.
say
don't.
that you don't, you're lying.
No.
Hmm.
Ridiculous.
I don't agree with Trump. I just think he's not as bad as Kamala Harris.
Yeah. How I put
Yeah,
it,
I
I
mean,
just like to say he's in my better interest than Kamala.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's like just that's at the end of the day, that's how I put it. Like with immigration and stuff, yeah, I think he's in my best interest. Is he doing it for white Christians or um Christians in general or Protestants? Probably not, but I mean, he's probably in my best interest as a white Christian.
I think he just really used Christians to get elected. I don't think he really
Yeah, I don't think he's doing
that.
it for us specifically.
Yeah. That's probably the only policy I can really agree with him is immigration. I can see why a lot of Democrats look. I think helping people is fine and all, but I can see why they want immigrants. Their plan is, hey, we help these people in these foreign countries. Hey, they'll vote for us in future elections so we can get in power.
Mhm.
Because these people, they're like I said, they're very anti-human. They support killing their own children, and they need people to get them elected. So, well, since we kill our babies a lot, right? We gotta get people to
Yeah.
vote for us somehow.
Well, it was looked at differently. Like for the first 1,500 years of states and countries and monarchies and kings and queens, citizenship was kind of looked at as like a citizenship was looked at as like something that you should be grateful of, like something that's kind of earned in a sense. It wasn't just freely given to every single person around you, you know, because obviously we understand like people's cultures are different. And I do believe it's not smart to mix cultures. In the same way, I don't believe 5 million white people should move to Mexico and then absorb all their culture. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe it's good for any country.
I don't get why this is so difficult for people to understand. Like, this is not unique to America. Like, you go to any country like Japan, a very homogenous culture. They're not too fond of mass immigration, and they know that if you allow that, their culture is going to be taken away by people.
Right.
They're not gonna. You go to Japan, you think people are gonna bother to learn the language or learn the culture? No. They're just gonna hijack it for themselves.
Right.
That was an opinion I used to have. I used to think immigration, legal immigration, you let people over, but my opinion changed on that.
Yeah, it's very biased in the West. I'm not sure why. Honestly, I really don't know why. And I always ask these people that say that. I always like bring up like an example, like, okay, what if 5 million Mexicans, or I mean, white Americans moved to Mexico and they started getting positions of power, we bring our culture and our values. Would that be okay? And they always say, no, that would ruin their culture. Exactly. Cultures get absorbed by other cultures. Look at the history of any country, like England. How do you think it became in England? You know what I'm saying? It was actually
only the one positive thing I can say. A lot of Latin American countries, specifically Mexico, very Catholic though. So I'll give them that. So I wouldn't. The Catholic ones, absolutely, they're more than welcome.
Well, that's another thing. Like that's a culture, that's a value that I believe that they should preserve.
Yeah.
Should 10 million Protestants move over there and mess it up? No, I don't think they should.
No.
I don't think that's a good thing.
That'd
And
probably be a bad idea.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think, and it's the same to go with any country. And I hate that I have to clarify that with so many people. Like Morocco, do I believe that Moroccan culture should be messed? No, I don't think it should be absorbed. I don't think Moroccans should be, their culture should go down any percentage and another culture move up at all. I don't support that.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing about countries. I always think I have a bad view on countries, right? But like I think there are these hubs for these cultures, these unique cultures. I used to be a world traveler as a kid. I still kind of am, but to see all these beautiful cultures, some more beautiful than others, but a lot see these places. You don't want to see them destroyed.
Mhm.
Um, I know a lot of people think America doesn't really have a culture. I mean, that's a story for another day, but
Yeah.
yeah,
They think that because they're so steeped in it. Like, oh, white Europeans don't have any culture. White Americans don't have any culture. Yeah, like, because it's so ingrained into your way of life that the only way you can
Yeah,
recognize other
exactly.
cultures is like what their tacos taste like, bro.
yeah,
That's
Whereas
honestly
one
probably one of the
thing,
weirdest things I've ever heard. Like, why? Like what the heck is going on with people's minds?
right.
it's insane. We've
Yeah,
been
I
infested by
always ask
like
those people.
racialized communists.
Yeah, and I always ask those people like, okay, give me an example of culture. What do you think is culture? Oh, music. Okay, well, here's 3 different forms of music that came from America. Oh, food. Okay, here's this food. Like, what do I need to give you? Like, do I need to prove that we have culture? Like, what the heck?
We got someone new on the panel. Jimmy, what's your age? What's your stance?
I'm 35 years old, and I kind of do agree with you on this on some points. Like, do two rights exist? At this point, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if rights do exist at this point.
Yeah.
You're 75?
30. I
I'm
think it's like 30.
35.
Oh,
35.
Yeah.
I thought you said 75. I was like, what?
No, you're good, man. I'm 35.
Yeah, I would say because I do have from Christianity. I would say rights exist only if these obligations are fulfilled. For example, the Ten Commandments.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the right to property is what people would say. They only exist if we don't steal.
Here's something funny, man. Like, here's something funny that I heard from somebody old. Moses came down with the 10 Commandments, and a certain group was praying to a cow. I was just like, oh, is that who I think it is?
Hmm.
I don't really want to go down in that rabbit hole because we might get fucking kicked. You might get kicked off on that shit.
Yeah.
Cause
Yeah.
Wait, what?
I think he was talking about the Ten Commandments, the calf.
Moses came down right with the 10 Commandments.
Yeah, but wait, just say what you're gonna say. You're not gonna get kicked. Just hypothetically.
I don't want to risk it. I don't
I
know.
don't want to risk it either, but a certain group, right?
Wait, I know what you're trying to say, but they were all that group, though.
Yeah.
Yes and no. Yes and no. Yes and yes, they were, and they weren't.
Spiritually, yeah, sure. Like, I would, yeah. Like, you could make an argument there, but
Yeah, spiritually they weren't, but
ethnically, they were the same group.
ethnically they were. But I don't believe that. That's my thing on that. Like, how could like Jays, I should say, how could Jays be an ethnicity?
We're talking about Jews. Hugo. Jews.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah, it's probably moves to a different topic.
no, but like, here's my argument about that the whole thing, right? Because I don't really agree with Israel. It's my right, but does that really exist? Me saying that? No, it doesn't, because I'd get fucking banned from every platform on earth for saying that. And I really don't, agree with what's going on with the state, with that state and everything, because straight up, why can't anybody talk about the government and how they're producing things while all other
Yeah.
governments are criticizing our government? Because we're being told from a certain government that they're right here, we should hit them, we should get them at this point, we should get we're targeting this certain area, but then all of a sudden we're we're murdering people.
Well, yeah, like if we're defining rights classically, then that right wouldn't exist for you.
No,
the
exactly. I
case.
mean, like that's why I look at the I kind of I like this prompt saying do rights exist because like dude, I'm 35 years old and I've watched fucking South Park when it started. And holy shit, like if you
Dude, you
see
don't sound 35.
I know I don't sound 35. I know I sound like I'm 25. Shit, if you meet me in person, you'd probably be looking at me like, dude, you're not 35 years old. But no, I was born in the 90s, and let me tell you, it was not it was a great time. It was a great time to
I'm
live because
sorry. It just feels wrong. I don't know. You're still young.
yeah, I know I'm still young.
But
I
you're
know I'm
talking
still
like
young.
you're like 70.
I'm talking like I'm 70 because here's the thing. I remember the point in time when the internet and all this shit, TikTok. Fuck, man, I remember when it was MySpace. Like, let me tell you, it first started off with MySpace, AOL, and all that shit before TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff started. Like, my generation started this whole shit.
Dude, are you LARPing as a 35?
No, I'm not
Young.
LARPing. I'm not trying to LARP. I'm just trying to say like this, like no, because like nowadays, like rights really don't
Wait a
exist, man.
second. Hold on. You said
What?
you're 35.
Yes.
My
I was
parents are 40. They're in their 40s. So, I mean, I guess. Yeah, never mind. I'm just going to retract what I was going to say. If
I
you're
was gonna
35, then
say
I guess it makes sense. But, I mean, even my aunt that, like, raised me, she's 45. And, I mean, you're telling me that she's even 47. So, you're telling me that in 10 years, I didn't change from MySpace to Facebook at that point?
oh, it totally changed. It changed from like MySpace was on a different level lower. Like honestly,
Yeah.
like this shit is worse than fucking MySpace.
Yeah, I never had MySpace. I always knew the craze about it.
Man, that sentence is going to be
Like let me tell
spicy.
you, like I started
I
hopping
don't
on
know
this shit
nothing
when I
about
was
that
in
stuff.
my late 20s. And like when I was like 26 years old, I just started hopping on this shit, and I really wasn't really interested. I started getting interested because I'm actually disabled. I'm type 1 diabetic. I'm blind because of the diabetes. I had surgeries and shit, and let me tell you, yeah, no, I've heard and actually witnessed a lot of fucked up shit in my lifetime from
Just
just being
keep
35.
scrolling on TikTok. It's gonna change your life, dude.
Oh, dude, no,
And I
like,
can't
no,
tell you if
I
it's gonna
have
be for the
been,
better or the worse,
For
but
the worst.
I have been for the past 2 years. I've been on TikTok for the past 2 years, and like this shit has literally like shocked me on so many
Right?
different levels.
I don't know. Debate talk might make you smarter, but the rest of TikTok will make you dumber.
Yeah,
yeah.
no, like
Brain
I
rot.
don't like no, not brain rot. Like honestly, like me, I look at like I like more of me. I'm more of a person that is intrigued in knowledge. So like if it's knowledgeable, yeah, I'm gonna fuck with that shit. I'm gonna fuck with that person. But if it's
Right,
not
but even in the
knowledgeable,
debate
no.
space, you have people that are kind of dumb.
Yeah.
So
Oh hell yes, you are correct on that.
their brain rot leaks onto other
Is it
people.
Rena or Reina?
Raina.
Rain.
All
Also,
right,
that's how you pronounce it.
just
Well,
wanna
I
I
would say
just
it's a
wanna
power
make
trip for
sure
a
I
lot of
be
these people their
correct.
whole lives. Because it's like echo chambers are clearly not here to change your opinion. It's just they want their opinions to bounce off walls and hit them in the face. Um,
Oh
I
yeah, I
think
completely agree
what
with
people
that.
forget is that, dude, these are random people. Like
yeah,
you don't actually know anybody on here.
exactly.
Like they could have a mental problem for
Actually,
all
I
you
would
know.
say I'm gonna have to disagree. There are a few people that I follow that there's literally brothers, and then they have like a friend group, and they all go live together.
Yeah,
Oh no, I have a
So they
couple.
know each
I
other.
follow a couple
No,
people
yeah, of
myself.
course. There's people you can get to know for sure.
yeah.
And
I met like two people on TikTok in real life. And there's like a few people who are like I do kind of know. speak on like a daily basis outside of TikTok.
You know, I was surprised yesterday. Yesterday was the very first time ever that I've ever been flagged on TikTok, and I can't believe it was because I said something stupid like that.
Wow. I got banned, quote unquote, because I had a prompt. Of all the things, the prompts I've had, the one that really upset the feminists was make women great again. That was a prompt. I got like,
Oh, that one! I love that one. Make women great again.
yeah, it had all these things. The feminists got really annoyed. I couldn't message anybody for like a week.
Oh, I bet you had so many women coming up on there saying, "Oh, well, women aren't great already. No, we need to make
No,
them great again."
the most common comment was actually, well, what about the men? It's always whataboutism. And I did
Oh
actually
yeah.
make a
Oh, there you
I
go. I like
yeah.
that. The whataboutisms.
Yeah, I did make a different prompt actually. That did say make men great again, but like every single time a feminist is, what about the men? Well, what about the men? It's like they always find a way. I don't like feminists.
I think the funniest
Wait,
thing is when
was it about make men great again, or was it make women great again?
So the first one I made was make women great again, and the feminists like, well, what about men? What about the men? Like, why don't you make the men great? It's like that was the prompt that got me like banned for like a week. I could go live, but I couldn't like message anybody for a week or receive messages.
Like this is what I would have to say. This is what I would have to say to that person. I'm like, how are we not great? Like shit. Like if something dangerous is in front of you, who's gonna protect you? Your kid or that dog or that man, or your man
My
right in
dog.
front of you?
I would say my dog before I let my husband be hurt. My dog has no problem.
Well, maybe I should exclude the dog because I love dogs and I wouldn't want to put him through that shit. I'd
I wouldn't
tell the
have
dog.
to. He would just do it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I would train my dogs. Like me. I'm about to become a
Look,
dog
what would
trainer.
happen? I'll tell you
That's what I
exactly what would
do.
happen. My
my dog
youngest
was too
dog
scared of cars, he
would
would have
go
ran.
first. The oldest dog, his brother, he would be limping and trying. He would be scary. And then after my dog attacked, then my husband would go in. Or my husband would be in front, and the second that the person engaged in any kind of harm, then my dog would fight him. That's exactly how it would go.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Me, I would tell my dogs to protect the wife and kids, and I'm going in, and you just stay. You guys just stay there.
The funniest thing though
That's
is
what would
when
happen.
the people who support feminism and stuff like that, like the liberal dudes, and they say, oh, and then eventually if they get to ad hominems, they always say, oh, why don't you go get some bitches? Oh wait, hold on, that's how you view women?
They're simps. Like, come on, they're
How about you go get
simps.
some bitches? It's just like, yeah,
What's
man. Like, is that how you want? Like, let me ask you guys. Let me ask you folks about this right quick. Like, Lily Tino. Like, what do you guys
No.
think about Lily
Just no.
Tino right quick? No, yeah, like same here. Like, I just started seeing some shit that what he just did. I think his name is Chris Larati or some shit like that, or it's some fucking Italian name. I'm like, man, yo, he was in fucking Disney World doing all this fucking creepy shit, and I'm sitting here like, you're so lucky I wasn't in Disney World, because if I was there and I heard girls talking and I heard women coming out of the bathroom saying, "Oh, this weirdo guy's in there," I'm like, wait, hold up, there's a pervert man in there. All right, I'll
Wait, watch your language.
well, I'm gonna say like what's the thing that's I'm probably gonna end soon too as well because nobody's really joining. But the thing that's worse than a feminist is a male feminist. They are simps.
Ew.
yes. Like, you gotta let the girl, if the woman wants to be a businessman, but if she doesn't know how to be a businessman,
She wouldn't be a businessman. She's not a man. She's a woman.
well, you know what I
Boss
mean.
babe, boss babe. I get
Oh,
that.
Boss babe. I wouldn't even call her that.
well, you got a lot of girls out here thinking that they're boss, that they're boss. You know what, bitches,
Yeah.
and it's just like,
Where did
Where's that gonna lead you?
to a happy life with bags.
Yeah, but then all of a sudden, when then soon as you're 40 years old, oh, I want kids. I want this. I
She's
want
got
that.
bags
Yeah,
full of
but you got
bags.
bags. But you got bags. But you got
Wait,
bags.
did you hear what I said? She got bags full of baggage.
Oh yeah, I get it.
Bags full
I
of
get it.
baggage.
Yeah.
Oh, 12 different kids with 6 different dads.
Yeah.
No, pobrecitos. Okay.
Like it really sucks to be a guy trying to find the wife material. They exist in like
Oh,
the
you're telling
community.
me. You're telling me. Like I still haven't found a wife yet, dude, and it is difficult because every single time, like you start trying to conversate with a girl on the, texting this, that, and the third. Oh, what do you make? What do you do? What's this, that, and the third? It's like, oh shit! Like I just said hello. How are you doing? Like you looking gorgeous today.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even ask you like the whole plethora of what you did.
You
I
wanna
didn't
know
even know
why?
what you ate. Like I didn't even know what you ate last night.
You know why? Because she's already looking to replace the man that she has right now.
And exactly what I was about to. Thank you. You said what I was about to say because exactly what you just said. She's trying to replace the man that she had before
She's
her.
trying to see if you will make it easy for her to get out of that relationship.
Right. Oh, we got someone new to the panel.
Johnny.
What's up?
Is that Johnny Bravo?
I wish.
Hey, I like Johnny Bravo now.
Yo, nah, that shit was the fucking shit back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start doing that too. Just walk into like Walmart or somewhere and just go, "Hey there, mama."
How you doing, baby? Hey, mommy, or the hoot ha That
Times
shit
were
was fucking
different.
great. That was the fucking best cartoon show. I'm not even kidding you. If that ever happens,
Now,
if I ever find a wife and kids, man, yeah, I'm definitely showing my kids that shit.
Yeah. I would agree.
there's a show that comes second to Johnny Bravo.
What would that be?
What's that?
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Who?
Oh yes, Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh,
Yes.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember
Yes, that
that.
was a bomb. Ed,
Stupid
Eddie,
dog! You made me look bad.
Eddie. Stupid dog. It's like, yo,
I tell you, if I was to ever make like a skit or a show or whatever, I would use like just that typical old guy that's just cranky and bitter about everything.
Yeah.
yeah, the get off my goddamn grass.
It would be a combination. The grandpa that's bitter and cranky about everything, and then the grandma would be just that elderly woman that is just as sweet as can be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. So wait, what do you think about the prompt?
Do rights exist? In what aspect?
Do they exist outside the legal system without laws?
What now?
Do they exist without the legal system? Do moral rights exist more accurately, basically?
Would an example of that be like your right to live?
Yes.
Yes, I would say
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
You don't watch George Carlin, do you?
No,
I
I
love
haven't seen
George
this-
Carlin. George Carlin is actually very influential. He's very inspiring and very intelligent. He was a comedian, but he was very intelligent.
I don't really watch stand-up comedy. Not my kind of thing.
His style of comedy, it was blunt more than anything.
Yeah, there you go. That's a great way to put it. Very blunt.
But it was truthful. I love truthful comedy.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle was truthful in ways.
Well, he was. Then I hear
Well, now you hear his comedy when he comes back into the page, like when he comes back into the lights and in the flashing lights and all that shit, because he's how can I say it? Fuck it. He's washed out. He's shot the fuck out.
David Spade is still hilarious.
Oh, he's still hilarious, but he's like, like he's bald.
And I just think Tommy Boy is one of my all-time favorite movies.
No, I wish that I totally wish that Chris Farley was still alive, man. Like I'd be cracking, Tommy Boy, not just Tommy Boy. Like when I saw him,
Hey, ¿qué rollo con el pollo?
when I saw him,
Hello.
¿Qué rollo con el pollo?
My
That's
favorite.
chicken. Pollo, that's chicken.
I was gonna say, Pollo is chicken, right?
My
Talk about
favorite.
chicken.
No, it's like a way for like saying like,
What's up, homie?
like what's up, homie?
Oh, what's
Yeah.
up? Hello.
What are you guys talking about?
We're talking apparently stand-up comedy right now.
Yeah, stand-up comedy. Chris Farley was a shit though.
Chris
Chris
Farley
Farley was hilarious. Billy Madison and shit. When he was the bus driver, everybody get down on the bus and shut the fuck up.
As far as in the movie Tommy Boy goes, there's one scene that always makes me laugh in that movie. Fat guy in a little coat. Fat guy in a little coat.
Oh, we have some people. Oh, we got some new people. The Mike, what's your age? What's your stance?
I'm 24 and I do think rights exist.
What makes you say that?
What's up? For me, basically, I think the rights exist for whites and not the niggers like Rosa Parks and segregation and George Floyd.
Yeah, I already knew that was gonna happen. All right, next person.
Paul,
what's your... Oh wait, hold on. There's someone there before you. Then we can go after.
Wait, Paul, can I go first?
No.
All right. Paul, what's your age and what's your stance?
I'm 26 years old, and I do think rights exist. Yes.
Can you elaborate more?
Rights definitely exist because people get the right to vote and all that. Like, obviously, you need the right to vote. Like, Howard Knights. And also, I have the right to go to my local elementary school and just go in the back of the class and wait for the kids to come to me and bring them all home and bring them in my basement.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to drop all of them because I think they're all trolls. Anywho, back to Rationality Land. Actually, I think it might end because we haven't really getting that much traction today, so I'm probably going to end. Thank you, Raina, for modeling.
I didn't really do much, but yeah. Be back tomorrow.
Hey, man, I started following you there, Protect.
Yeah. Wait, what'd you say? Did Johnny say something?
Yeah. Ooh, I'm gonna say a line from a movie, and I'm gonna see if you can guess the movie.
I'll see. I might not be good at it.
All right. Oh boy. Okay. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
Forrest Gump.
Absolutely.
I haven't seen that movie in a long time. It's been I went to the restaurant in New York. That was a nice place.
Say what you will about David Spade. Tom Hanks is the greatest actor alive.
Yeah, it's definitely in that conversation, yeah. But I'm gonna end. Raina, now I know how to pronounce your name. Become Catholic and have a good night, everybody.
You too.
Yeah.
Good night.